So we have some new Necron units leaked, and it's time for a closer look. It's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to learn about Necrons and more, then please subscribe and hit the bell button to turn on all notifications so you don't miss an upload. Right, today we are talking about the leaked images for the upcoming new Necron units. Now you can see a picture here from the Games Workshop website where a Necron is getting very excited at the prospect of a monolith. Now most people would say, a monolith? What? Why is he excited about that? Well, when you see this picture, you might work out why. Stop the press! Whilst I was recording this video, a new clear image has come out, and here it is. Now the rest of the audio in this video is around the blurry pictures, however I'm going to show you these new crisp images instead. And of course it's showing a lot of new models. Some we know about and some we don't. Now I have covered some of these units in previous videos, so I won't spend too long on those ones. Go and check out the previous videos, but there's a lot here that we haven't talked about. And the first thing is the monolith. Well, at least what looks like a new monolith. Now we know that Games Workshop have phased out the green rods, the green plastic, and of course the monolith still has the green plastic in, and I think that's one reason why the rules have been so bad on the monolith, is because basically they've stopped making those kits and they didn't want to sell them. Now it seems we have a new monolith, and I'm sure it will be a direct replacement for the current model. Now I'm really liking that orb at the top of the monolith, the replacement for the crystal. Now I'm a huge fan for green rods and the green plastic, but yeah, that does look pretty cool. Now in terms of the size, I don't think it's that much bigger than the current monolith. It might be a touch bigger possibly. Either way, we're getting a new monolith, which is good news because we're probably going to get new, good rules for the monolith. Now, talking of big things, check this guy out. This appears to be a brand new Catan. Which Catan, it's hard to say. The initial reaction, of course, is it's going to be the Void Dragon because it has, well, big wings. Either way, it's very, very cool that we're going to get a Catan. I suppose there's a chance it might be the new Nightbringer, potentially, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be a new Catan, which is potentially linked in to the release of our Silent King. Either way, a new Catan, fantastic news, a big model, hopefully with some really good rules. And then we have the Silent King model, which I've covered in a separate video, so I won't spend too much time on this model in this video. But basically, this looks to be the Silent King. We've got the king sitting on his throne, or potentially standing on his throne. And then we've got what looks to be overlords or his guards, or maybe a cryptic either side of him, and then we've got an imprisoned Catan above him, and then by the side of him we have two shield things which appear to be on separate bases. I would imagine they're going to take wounds for him, but we will see when the rules finally come. Now there's lots of other stuff in this image, and most of it actually seems to be new. I think the only thing that I can spot that isn't new is what appears to be the Night Scythe. Although actually looking closer, there seems to be a Triax Stalker there just to the right of the monolith in the background. But all the other models, whilst very blurry, seem to be new. However, there's also this image that's been leaked. Hold on, Nick, what is that? Because that looks like a new destroyer model. You were wrong. We are getting new destroyers. The word out there that this is going to be the contents of the starter set for Necrons. Now there's no Silent King in there, which you can't really expect the king to be in this set. It would make it far too expensive. The King will be a separate model and it will be a pretty expensive model. However, it does seem to feature the new Destroyer HQ, which has been featured on the Games Workshop website. Now the image here is higher quality than the previous image that we saw, and you can actually make out some of the units that were featured in that blurry image. And of course the big standout one is that thing in the top right hand corner. Now this looks like some form of walker and very, very different. I mean, what is going on with its head thing there? It's very unusual, it's very different. However, I've been quite a big fan of this miniature from Blackstone Fortress. I always thought it was very cool. However, when I looked at it and I realised how small it was, well, I didn't quite like it. And then they brought out this miniature, a bigger version, and I was thinking, wow, that looks cool. Necrons could do with a model like that. And here we are, we have a model like that, but it looks huge. This looks really, really big. I mean, look at the size of that thing. Very, very cool to have a new unit like this. Now we can also spot the destroyers and the new Destroyer HQ. I think this is a separate unit to our current destroyers. They seem to have a different destroyer name. I've covered these models in the destroyer video, which I will link up in the description below for you. But again, some new, very, very cool models. Now next we've got what appears to be another character. Now this could be a remake of one of our Finecast characters, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be another new Dynasty based named character. Of course, I could be wrong, it's just my guess. But then he has these little drone things next to him, which again we've previously covered in the Destroyer video. Hopefully these drones will help the character survive. I'm sure they'll probably just take wounds for him, or maybe buff him in some other way. Either way, it does appear we've got new characters and potentially the Necron form of drones. And then we've got this guy here. Who is this? I have not got a clue. It could be another new character. We've got a lot of characters already, but this could be new ones, maybe new Dynasty characters, or maybe it could just be a new Overlord as well, because he's got a war side there. So potentially new Overlord, potentially new character. What do you think? Let me know in the comments box below. Any comments about anything in this video is most welcome. And there, of course, at his feet appears to be the new Scarab base. And I'm hoping that these will actually be proper swarms. So you'll actually get a swarm base. And almost definitely we will get our own box of scarabs rather than having scarabs attached to the warrior sprue. Either way, very, very cool. I want a scarab army, just like in the trailer video. So, there you go. That is what has been leaked. It's very, very exciting, and the future of Necrons is very bright. It seems as if we're getting a whole new aesthetic to the army. Now, I do love my Necrons, and I love the old models, but even so, even though I'm pretty old school, I am still incredibly excited for a new range of models. I am going to get them, I'm going to build them, I'm going to paint them. I am going to start saving because I cannot wait. But what do you think of the new Necron models? Let me know in the comments box below. I really look forward to reading your thoughts. Beam me up.